What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. This is your boy, Kanal, a.k.a. Black Man Travels. Today, I have a special invited guest, Mr. Fearless Podcast. Welcome to the Lion's Den. How you doing, brother?
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Ready
I know. Yeah. We definitely got a serious topic for you guys, man. This is not a sexy topic. This is not a fun topic, but this is an important topic that every brother needs to know. And it's basically, are you prepared for the worst while overseas? And as you know, Fearless, traveling is part of way of life for us because we travel for work, we travel for pleasure, we travel for business. But one thing we always make sure that we have insurance. And one thing I'm noticing within the past 7 years, a lot of brothers are traveling with no insurance. Why is that? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Like I said, man, I think when the Walmart of traveling started, when it came with like Spirit and Frontier, brothers just trying to get to places as cheaply as possible and not spend as less as they can to get places. I just equal it to the, you got a nice car, you got insurance, and you got that brother with that beat up car, and you don't want to hit him.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
I think they just try to take the cheap way out, and they'll learn one way or the other.
Here's the thing, guys. Fearless and I, we've been traveling for over 10 years, heavily, like heavy traveling. And me personally, I've been in part of the travel community actively for the past 8 years. And I've seen a lot of brothers get stuck in some serious situations where they didn't have insurance. And I know a few brothers personally who died overseas where they didn't have insurance to bring their body back home. So they had to do GoFundMe. It's bad enough that you died overseas. Now you put that stress upon your family to figure out how to bring your body back home to the States. And all that could have been easily avoided if you took the time to look into getting travel insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of dumbfounded at how a lot of guys will pay for a villa, pay for VIP, popping bottles, entertainment, everything else, but yet would not spend $25. That's like the lowest insurance premium you could get to cover your death insurance or to cover any medical expenses that you pick up while overseas. But they'll spend crazy amount of money on other things. I mean, why is that? I mean, what's up with the whole ignorance in regards to just traveling without being secured?
Responsibility. People are just so irresponsible. And irresponsible in a lot of ways. They travel, they wear jewelry in places they shouldn't. They think, that I guess they think they're in America. Like, you don't know me, that attitude, and they don't know you. They don't care who you are. Also, a subject I think we can touch on is with the travel insurance, like medical insurance. I got some stories where I was on a cruise and there was a stop at a port, and there was a family with children, and one of the kids died of asthma. And so they, half the family had to get off at the port. The other stayed on the boat to get home. And it was, how am I going to get my son's body from here to there. So, there's some travel insurance, medical insurance. You get in a place, they have evacuation insurance. So if something happens to you, a lot of foreign places are not equipped to handle certain serious things, or you don't want them. You want to get evacuated out and maybe get to a United States hospital. You don't have that insurance. No.
And also too, guys, whenever you attend a hospital in another country, you understand you have to pay cash. So while some of you travel friendly guys that only carry $300 in their pocket for a weekend trip, if something were to happen to you, let's say if you were to actually get into a car accident or you fell down and break your ankle, when they take you to the hospital, they're not taking you to the local hospital. They take you to the hospital where mainly a lot of the upper class actually normally go to. And guess what? You're not leaving that hospital until you pay that bill in full.
That is true. They would take your passport.
Yes.
You're not leaving that country without paying them.
So when you have travel insurance, guys, again, we're going to teach you how to get, which travel insurance to get when you're traveling, depending if you decide to become a digital nomad, an expat, or just a quick weekend trip. There are a variety of different medical insurance that you could actually purchase. And again, guys, the starting price is $25. That's more than what you pay for entertainment overseas. I mean, that's less. Sorry, less. But overall, guys, understand this: when you go to the hospital, either be a simple knee sprain, or you got shot due to a robbery attempt, they're not going to let you leave that hospital until you pay that bill in full. And trust me, they're going to do everything they can to keep you in that hospital for a long period of time so they can rack up those bills. With a local, they trying to get that person in and out because they know more than likely they're not going to get paid. But with a foreigner, a tourist, an American with dollars, as soon as you enter that hospital, their main job is to keep you there as long as they can so they can actually charge you for it. So again, for you guys thinking about, hey, I'm going to this destination. I have a $500 budget in my pocket. I have no extra cash, but just $500. Not thinking that anything could happen to you while overseas, you are a bona fide fool. Really?
I'm going to go even further with that. So here's the thing. A lot of guys that travel, just think about your family. Some of them don't have no money. You going on this shoestring budget. Your family doesn't have any money. So the rules are, a foreigner who will die overseas, the embassy will assist with notifying the family, finding out any like police things like that. What they do not do is they do not help you out monetarily to bring your body back. Bringing your body back from a foreign place, just the body, can be from $2,000 to $15,000, just depending on how far it is. On top of that, I think we were talking before about a lot of guys travel to Dominican Republic. Well, you have the luxury, not the luxury, I guess would be, but if you have never attended a funeral in the Dominican Republic, if somebody dies at 9:00 tonight, that funeral was 9:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
The reason is there's no embalming. They put you in something cold and they try to freeze you as deep as they can, because sometimes when it's 90 degrees, that body start unthawing. When they put you in that casket, because I've been to funerals there, they don't keep that casket. That casket does not get buried with you.
No.
You get taken out and your body just gets shoved into what is it? The above ground grave.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah. So you're just there. And I've asked, and because my wife, they have to pay, they have her grandmother, her father, people are buried. And I said, man, you got to pay like every year? Like, that's weird. You're paying for this space. I said, what happens if you don't? Well, she said, oh, they take the body out or the dust and there's a pile. So, and I don't think guys understand the burden you would put on your family.
I agree.
To not get home. Then if you are able to get home, if you haven't been in, because a lot of places, a lot of foreign places, especially when you go to third world countries, the people just don't have the resources to embalm. They don't have the resources or the money. So for you to get embalmed is expensive there. Like there's only 2 places in the Dominican Republic, which are in Santo Domingo, that will do embalming. United States will let you come back in, bring in your body back. Has it been embalmed? Has it been frozen? And you can, I was reading some stuff here and I'll share it. You as a person, you can't arrange transportation for a dead body on your own. You have to find that through a funeral home or through a known shipper. And you don't go on the plane. You just treat it like regular luggage. They put you on there just like luggage. And so, that shipping can be expensive. And so just imagine the tragedy that you have dying overseas, and then another burden from your family to try to bring you back. And then they can't even have a service for you. It's going to be closed casket. So their only memory of you was from far
when you
away.
left. No, yeah, actually the only memory of you when you right before you decide to take this trip. And that's the thing, a lot of guys not take into consideration that, I understand, you think you're invisible, you could go out there, you don't think about the worst case scenario. But guys, lately, I'm not sure, have you been paying attention? A lot of us are dying overseas, as much as that we don't want to talk about it, but that's the sad reality. Just in Colombia alone, within a matter of 1 month, 3 Americans were shot or killed or murdered in Colombia. So again, and again, Colombia is a great place to visit. I always recommend Colombia to go, but understand that things happen, robbery, drugging, or sometimes natural causes. But the question is, do you have the proper insurance to help you deal with these unforeseen expenses? Because again, it's bad enough that you got hurt in another country and now you got to deal with their healthcare system. But also too, do you have enough cash to pay your way out? Because if you don't have enough cash, they're going to keep you in there as long as they can. And each day they keep you there, that's an extra charge. So again, guys, this is not a fun topic. It's not. This is not about, getting lit, getting drunk, going overseas and partying. No, this is like real conversation that we're not talking about. And I'm kind of disappointed with the whole the Black travel movement space because they're not talking about this.
No.
Like they try to just slightly walk around it, but they know what's going on. Just again, as of yesterday, a Haitian American was drugged and robbed in Medellin, Colombia. Now the thing is, his poor Haitian parents need to figure out how they're gonna actually find. First of all, they're gonna get the bad news that their son went on a vacation and died, and 2, does he have insurance to even bring the body back within a timely manner? Guys, and again, Felix, you can chime in on this. I have a personal experience. I had a friend, rest in peace to James. He died in his penthouse. James was doing quite well. He was making over $300K, working remotely as an expat. And he had a penthouse in Rio, in Copacabana. He ended up catching a stroke or a heart attack where they didn't find his body until 3 days later because due to the smell. And guys, again, this brother's was making over $300K. But there was no insurance to bring the body back. There was no one else. There was no one there to claim his body. And guess what? We had to figure out. First, we had to find out who his family was, and we couldn't do that. Then, second, we had to do a GoFundMe to cover his funeral expenses. Because again, if there's no one there to claim the body, or in case he does have insurance, it's a lost cause. So we had to GoFund to have him buried in Rio. So he's buried in Brazil. We gave him a beautiful casket, everything. We, thank you to the Black Man Travels Facebook group and to everyone who donated. But we were able to give him a rest in peace. But guys, this is a brother that made over $300K. This is a brother that was doing amazing things, smart brother, man. And it just that experience alone changed me because now wherever I go, I always purchase insurance. And just recently, Phyllis, you just experienced some situation overseas. Oh, you're on mute.
I'm gonna play my recent trip when we get through this, but just let me share this with you guys. One moment. So look at this. I came across this article. Chattanooga tourist killed in Colombia on his birthday. Family struggling to get his body back home. It goes to he was killed in a robbery, but the family can't get his body back. And it goes on to show how the State Department will assist in just notifying that's the next of kin, trying to get any personal belongings. But it says they include attempting to locate and inform next of kin, providing information for local burials or return of the remains, but they will not help you. So this gentleman got stuck over there and couldn't get back. And just imagine how his family feels where, there's no getting him back. There was no insurance and he might just be buried there locally. It's sad that little bit that brothers just don't take care of and understand, because we always say, what do we always say? It won't happen to us.
Yeah.
It won't happen to us. And go ahead.
No, I'm sharing something with you guys here. This happened as of this morning. This morning, this brother, fellow Haitian brother, was found dead in this room. He met two women. They drugged him, robbed him, and he was found unalive. Excuse me, I can't use the dead word, but unalive in his room on his birthday. Another guy. So the first guy that Fearless just showed, he died on he died on his birthday. Now this person here, Haitian American, I'm not sure where he's from in the States. They found him dead on his birthday. So now his mom, his dad, his wife, or kids, whatever, are going to find out the news that, hey, your son, your father, your brother, your uncle has passed away on his birthday due to a drugging and robbing situation. Now, the question is, how can they bring their body back? If he's not insured and he did not notify his parents or his family or his friends, like, hey, I'm going to Colombia for a certain amount of days, here's my contact information. And guys, you should do this. Make this a habit. Whenever you're going outside the U.S., let someone know where you're going. Let someone know where you're staying. So in a case like this, they know exactly where you're at. I understand a lot of us, we're grown men. We don't want to tell people our business, but guys, just for safekeeping, you definitely want to let your family, your friends, or any loved one that loves you, that's concerned about you, that you are going overseas. If anything were to happen, this is where you're staying. And it's sad that as of this morning, this brother was found dead in his room on his birthday. And now the family need to figure out first the family need to figure out, it's going to get the news. Then now they can figure out how to bring his body back home. And if you have the right insurance, travel insurance, that can help cover all this issues. Go ahead, Civilis. My bad.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. But let's talk about I tell you what, I'm going to share my experience real quick, and then we'll go into some solutions that guys can go through. Is that all right? Give me a moment here. It's going to take me a second.
Not a problem.
To make sure this doesn't play. So give me one moment. So, come on. I apologize. Give me one moment. It's not liking it.
Jay Clyde made an interesting comment. He says it's a lot of other channels don't talk about it because they don't practice buying the insurance for themselves. Correct. So again, you have a lot of platforms that not taking the time to really educate a lot of these newbies, a lot of newcomers that get into this travel game, the importance of traveling smart. And that's why I'm disappointed with a lot of the bigger YouTubers and travel content creators not talking about this. Because again, you're going to get sick. And for us, the 45 plus crowd, hey, you definitely want to make sure if you experience if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or hypertension, or any existing health issues, you better get insurance. Because again, you don't know when that sucker's going to kick in.
Exactly.
Fearless.
No, I exactly what you're saying, but I think it's all about the glitz and the glamour. It's easy to show some mangoes or some people dancing, But you're always going to show. It's just like a highlight reel. You always show the person making the shots, but you never show the hours and hours it took to get there. So we show the party side, but we don't show the bad side. And I'm going to go ahead and try to do this for you.
Go for it.
I'm just going to share the screen and let it play. I can do it smaller. All right. So just to give you a background, when you say it can't happen to you, over the weekend, I think I left on Wednesday and I went down to Puerto Rico. Great time, enjoyed it. Every day was beautiful. They said a few little rains. That's expected when you're in a tropical country. We went to the beach on Friday, enjoyed it. As we leaving the beach, it starts raining, like raining. So it's like, well, let's get back to the place, our Airbnb. We get back to the well, it took us a while. But we get back to the Airbnb, go to like the little parking garage. We come out 30 minutes later, flooded. Everything is flooded. Water is, I try to get in the car to move the car because there's water coming in the car from the bottom. I try to move it. It gets stuck. It gets washed away. I just said, hey, we got to go. I lost some headphones, my drone, the car. So let me play how it was down there and how fast it can come. Am I sharing?
Not showing.
All right.
I see a folder, but I'm not seeing the video.
And I think it's showing on the other screen. Let me do it from that screen. Let me do it on the other screen.
And guys, again, this is not a fun topic. It's not a sexy topic, but this is an important topic. And this is something that we need to do better. We need to do better and stay knowledgeable of what's out there, because again, there's a lot of great insurance policies that you could purchase that's going to protect your trip. Now, granted, there's a lot of paperwork and red tape and bottlenecks issues that you may have to go through. But guess what? When you board that plane, you have a peace of mind. If your flight's delayed by a certain amount of time, they lose your luggage, you could actually have that travel insurance cover it. So guys, it's really imperative that whenever you get on that plane and you're leaving the US, get travel insurance, man. It like the cheapest policy is $25.
So let's see if this will work this time.
Gente, aquí los carros tirándose, manejo de emergencia deteniéndole. Mira que ese carro se flotando, mira. Se le dijo que no se tirara, mira. Mira, el carro se lo llevó el agua. Un Mercedes, mira.
This is how fast it was what?
Se le dijo que no se tirara.
I mean, you just
Mira, mi gente. Que no abra las puertas. Ahora mismo, mi gente.
And then let me show you this one real quick. So, this is like, oh yeah, that can happen to those people. And this is me walking through the water. So I'm gonna skip through where you can actually see something.
Well,
so this is us. We got the bags we went grocery shopping in. And you can see we are in the middle of the street.
See that street where it says?
And I'm trying to get back to my place.
No,
I'm
baby.
Like,
We on the other side of the street, right there where it says Friday Intimate.
I just became.
We are.
Great job. Wrong, and this is the easy part.
You've been in a lot.
I'll tell you that. So
Wow.
the thing is, so here's the thing. Car loses. I tried to get my drone going, couldn't do anything. So I know my wife, I said, well, let's get some water out of the car. Let's do this. And she was worried. She's like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Like, I'm all right. Because I said, well, let me check this out before I do anything. Because I was a little nervous before. But when I got online, I said, how did I pay for this car? I said, because I know that I said when I went to the rental place, I want to decline the insurance. I said, I only do that if I pay with my American Express. And so with my American Express, fully covered, there's a premium part that you can get on American Express for your automobile. I got that. I knew I was good. Also, I know a lot of guys don't do this. We always think it can't. So let me see if I can even share this. Share this. If it lets me.
And for my content creators out there, guys, the ones who carry your laptop, your cameras, your drone, or whatever, all that could be insured on your trip. Let me show you guys something. You see all these lenses up here? All these lenses, cameras, my GoPro, my drone, all that is insured. So if I were to get on a plane, lose my luggage or something or got stolen, I would get reimbursed for it because I already insured all of my equipment, my laptop, everything's insured. So I wouldn't, it would be sucked that I lost it, but guess what? Due to the fact that I have insurance, I'll be able to get the stuff back.
You're talking about that drone. So what I did, I had an option of where I wanted to buy the drone, like Best Buy, DJI. But I said, man, I'm going to buy it from this. There was a Walmart vendor. I got you can see the DJI Air 2.
Yeah.
And for $50, I got it insured for 3 years.
Wow.
When I got back, I just filed a claim. Said my drone is gone. My earphones are gone. I'm taken care of. Car taken care of. No worries. Imagine if you didn't have insurance. The drone was $1,300. Car, I don't know, $25,000, $30,000. That's gone. I have no deductible, nothing. So I'm like, I just need to get back to the airport. I'm good. Yeah. I think a lot of us don't do that when we go out of the country. And if I know you have some cars in DR, and if you've ever rented or driven in DR, you know how crazy it can be. It is. One of the jokes was when a person came here, I was asking, I said, do you know how to drive? It's like, I'm from DR. I was like, oh yeah, well, you've already been through every obstacle there is.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen guys, and what you don't understand, I've seen guys in Sosua rent the little go-karts or even a four-wheeler. Bumped into a bike, and usually if you were not an American and you hit a bike or something, it wouldn't be anything. I seen a guy barely touch a bike. They fell down on the ground. And then the witnesses was like, oh yeah, because he's the American. They went, they went for they supported the Dominican guy, went after the American. And
I've seen that happen too. I've seen that happen plenty of times.
The police come and you're it. They can hold you. They can take you to jail and hold you.
And guys, understand this: as much as you travel to a particular country, it is not your country. It is not your country. And even I have rooted grounds in Dominican Republic. It's still not my country. So when I'm driving, I'm very super cautious. If I know I'm going to go out and drink, guess what? I just have someone drop me off and pick me up. But understand that when you're in another country, you're going to pay full price. And trust me, the people don't got your back. Because trust me, they're going to vouch for their own before they vouch for you. And I'm going to tell you this, driving in the Dominican Republic, I've seen over 10 dead bodies on the road.
Yep.
And guys, I'm being honest. I've driven all across Dominican Republic, and I've seen bodies laid out due to motorcycle accidents. Motorculture, those motorcultures has one of the highest death rates in the Dominican Republic, besides car accidents.
Yep.
But seeing motorcultures, families, kids, mother and father trying to commute, but yet they didn't pay attention, got hit by a car. A friend of mine, she got ran over by a Hummer.
Man.
And I seen the video because now there's cameras all over the place. And I saw the video, and literally she had a concussion. Her leg was dangling. Yeah. It's just like, man, I saw the video when the Hummer hit her while she was driving her motorcycle. So guys, understand this, man. And as a tourist that want to drive around, make sure the car rental that you're getting is insured. And pay attention. Don't drink and drive. You're not in the state. Don't drink buzz. I would not recommend driving buzz in Dominican Republic or outside the U.S. You want to be fully alert because, again, anything can happen at any given moment.
And just to go back, not only your car insured, you have to be careful. And I'll give you an example. This kind of hits home. You know, my wife is from Dominican Republic. Well, one day a dude was driving drunk. Her father crossed the street, hit him. They don't get no time for that. There's no such thing there as like a vehicular homicide. So you're gone, and they are free. So you see a lot of people drinking and driving there.
Yeah.
You see they don't stop at the stoplights.
Yep.
It's crazy. I mean, I remember the first time a long time ago, I was in DR, one of the first times, and I'm driving, and it's maybe 12 o'clock at night. I don't know if I was in Santo Domingo, Santiago, and we driving, and the light is red. They ain't stopped. I mean, I'm the only person that stopped at this red light. Everybody else just going. I'm like, nobody stops. They're like, oh no, it's not at this time. Yeah. So it becomes, who is the bravest person to go through this intersection? Because if somebody's coming the other way and they feel the same, y'all, who gonna stop first?
And I drive a lot across the Dominican Republic. I get the finger pointed at, cussed at in Spanish. I don't care. I'm gonna drive the way I drive in the States. I'm chilling. But also too, I've been in cars where people are literally taking shots. Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker's big out there. They're taking shots, pouring drinks while driving. I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm like, yo, what you doing? Can't be doing that driving, but that's how it is with no seatbelt. Like, and speeding up in the mountains, curves, downhill, uphill. It's just like, and I'm like, if I were to get in a car accident, man, I'm going straight to the hospital. And again, it's just, guys, you just never know. You're having a great time. You're out there enjoying yourself, and any split second, wow, you're in a situation.
Correct.
So
I think that super chat is good. Go ahead and read that super chat from IBN, the Globe Spinner.
Yeah, thank you a lot, man. I appreciate for that super chat, $5, guys. Again, I don't ask for donation for anything. All I ask for is likes. Likes are free. Appreciate that, but thank you. We're very grateful for the super chat. Global Spinner says, make sure to print a copy of your travel insurance and keep it in your luggage in case you're unconscious, so you can get your phone, and so you can get on your phone stolen. Yeah, guys, I print out everything. I have photocopies of my passport. I'm old school. I have photocopies of my passport. I keep a photocopy on me. I do not walk around with a passport. I have a photocopy of it. And also, too, I print out my insurance policy. I have the PDF file on my phone, on my email address. So if I need to go into my email address, I can pull it out from there. Because, again, guys, you need that documentation to show proof that you are insured. And also, too, make sure you have enough cash with you to cover those expenses. Because, again, you're not going to get the insurance money until you get back home. It's what it is. You're going to have to come out of pocket. But the good thing is when you get home, you can start the process and, filling out the report, and you can get your money back. But until then, you're coming out of pocket.
I'm laughing at you when you say coming out of pocket and what IBN said. So what they do when you get ran over, you unconscious, they coming out of your pocket. They just go in and take all your stuff while you're unconscious. So you won't have that phone. You'll wake up, or maybe not wake up, but all your belongings, anything you have of value, they taking it with them. So it's, a piece of paper is unimportant. So unimportant in the sense of nobody's going to steal the piece of paper, but they're going to take your phone, your wallet, all of those things. So it's good to make sure that, like he said, keep that travel insurance, in your luggage so that someone can get to it. Because if you're relying on contacts on your phone or something, you might not be lucky enough when you regain consciousness that you'll have that.
And now with the whole issue that's happening in Colombia in regards to, a lot of people getting drugged and robbed, Guys, only carry cash that you're going to spend for the night. Do not carry a wad of cash with you to go out. Only carry the credit card or debit card. No, you know what? Leave your debit card at home in the States. You should not be using your debit card overseas, guys. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do. So take out the cash you need and use everything else in credit. Because at least with credit card, you can always report and get your money back. But your debit card, that's out of your bank account. Mm-hmm. So I personally never travel with my debit card. I use one trick that I use is I use Charles Schwab debit. You have Charles Schwab account?
I got Fidelity.
Okay, so basically you could actually transfer funds from your debit to your Charles Schwab account and use that as your debit card. And the good thing about it, I could put as much dollars I want into my Schwab account. And if I were to lose the card, I lose the card. And the good thing about the Charles Schwab account, I could call them and let them know, hey, listen, I lost my card. Stop it. And any funds that's taken out, you could actually get reimbursed for it. Because it's like a credit card, but it's the actual debit card. So use your Charles Schwab account to transfer money from your debit account to your Charles Schwab account and use that as your traveling card for your debit. But also carry a couple of credit cards and notify. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to go right where you at. And one that I suggest, you were saying, it's what, $25 for travel insurance or something like that. Well, if you get the Sapphire, the Chase Sapphire card, $95 a year. It has that insurance. It has the auto rental collision, trip cancellation, trip interruption, accidental death and disbursement, insurance, as well as what they call evacuation insurance. So as long as you pay for your trip, like your plane trip on your car, you're going to earn points. You're going to get all of those things, but it's also covering you with your insurance. So if you want to earn points and get a free ride, a free motel, good. Just get a good credit card that's going to take care of it and get all that stuff for you. And like you said, have an emergency fund set aside because you might not get those funds immediately. Have someone able to get that funds and then they can get reimbursed. I would be more than willing to help somebody out if I knew I was getting my money back. Like, that's just how it is. So a simple way is just getting a, using the right credit card for something to get you there.
Oh, we have a comment from your lovely wife. Figure you could get this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. She says, we need more individuals like us. I agree. Who are capable of producing and creating this type of content. I agree. It's easy to get on. What I try to tell people when they say, what do you do? I said, I'm not a YouTuber. And I think I said this to you. We are content creators.
Yeah.
So when you watch our videos, we want you to go home with something. We want some type of information that sticks with you, that helps you in the long run. It's easy to show the mangoes, or maybe we make some videos like that are fun and entertaining. But we still want to have some things that stick with you and are structurally good. Because if we travel, I think somebody said on one of the shows, like, why don't you teach the young guys? This is our attempt to try to get that knowledge to young guys or older people who didn't even know that these things existed.
I agree. And that's the crazy thing, guys. What we're doing is passing the baton to you to make sure that you're okay. Because, for us, we've been doing it for quite a while, but we know that there's a lot of new people, young and old, that's starting to get into the travel game. And we want to make sure that you guys are fully equipped to make the right decisions. Yes, I understand. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to do things that you never thought that you're capable of doing. But protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself, guys. Look, the sad reality is a lot of people are dying overseas. They don't want to talk about it. It could be from alcohol poisoning, food poisoning, natural causes due to pre-existing health issues, or even worst case, man, murder. Lately, a lot of dudes have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
And the travel space don't want to talk about that. And it's kind of sad because I give special shout out to Razor Rays. He definitely make an effort to let everyone know what's going down in these countries. But guys, you want to make sure that if in case you were to get sick or something bad were to happen, you got the insurance policy in place for you to take action.
I mean, I don't know why brothers just don't take the time to do it, especially when it's easy. But just think about this, you know, the guys, I mean, in the States, the people who are shooting are the people who can't pay for their funerals. The people who are doing those crazy things are the ones who never think of the consequences behind it. And it's just, sometimes I feel like we're beating a dead horse.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I try to give this quick information out. Like I said, it can happen to anyone. It happened to me, even with, you know, who thinks they're going to go to a country and a flash flood is going to take their car away? You don't know that that's happening. Who can control the weather? When we were on a cruise ship, like I said before, cruise ship, family, not our family members. We were at the guest concierge getting some information, and we could overhear one of the employees consoling the family. And so what happened was at one of the ports, one of the kids, I guess they had asthma, and they died. So, you know, they were trying to help them out, but, you know, the cruise ship doesn't do anything. So the decision was to keep some family members on board with the brothers and sisters. And I think like a mother or something left to be with the kid, the deceased body, to try to take it home. So how do you prepare for that? You know, how do you in a whole foreign country, you got to now try to see how I can get my child home. I mean, you don't think of those things. I think no one thinks of that, you know, until it's that time. And then it's too late. It's too late.
Man, you know, it's kind of sad, but you just never know. And especially for us who are 35 and older, let's just use that. Some of us have pre-existing health issues, man. Before you decide to get on that plane, make sure you go see the doctor. Make sure that, you know, your blood work is good. Make sure you have all your prescriptions. And I mean, just be mindful, because again, this year alone, I've seen more news overseas of brothers dying overseas in, you know, in these countries, and they're stuck there. They can't get back home, or their parents or their family members have to do a whole GoFundMe to bring their bodies back. And my thing is, already bad enough that they're getting the news that you passed, but now they got to work extra hard to, you know, try to get up to $10,000 to bring your body back, when you could have easily just fill out an insurance, notify your family, friends where you're going, and just in case. You just never know. You got something to share with the group, or? I lost you there. You're frozen.
I was going to share this, but I think I went over it.
Okay.
But I'll try to share. That's not good. Never good to be frozen. I think I shared this. I think I can share it again if it lets me. But one other thing, man, it just crossed my mind about one of the subjects. Oh, I know. So I know we aren't the oldest people to travel.
No.
Let's just give an example. Older guy travels. You go to Thailand, DR. What are these older guys looking to do? Just to be frank, but YouTube correct, they're looking to have relations with someone. Now, someone who may have not been in the best health, or not taking care of themselves, and they're a little older, they're going to need some assistance. Viagra, the honey. You have high blood pressure and a bad heart. That Viagra, it's going to hurt you. And you don't know it. You know you've already taken a pill, your heart going, you done got with a girl. Next thing you know, you're going and coming at the same time. And we don't take care of that. So we go there and don't look at our health. We do the things to try to live youthful, but, you know, not taking care of ourselves or having medical things. It's a recipe for disaster.
I agree. But here's the worst part of all this. They take these items while drinking hard alcohol, eating greasy food, not moving around. So their body is literally at a standstill, consuming all this grease, all this bad food, all this alcohol, and taking the pill.
Yeah.
So what you think is going to happen? And depending where you at, you're probably outside in the hot sun. There was a brother who passed in Sosua Beach. They thought he was sunbathing. Dude was dead.
Damn.
He was sitting there for hours. They thought he was just, sunbathing, but the brother passed away.
Vlog wants to go out like Kevin Samuels. I say he want to. Vlog, you're not too old. You can't get with a young sis. I mean, how young you gonna go down? You only 20. You can't go too far down. Go out like that. That's for us young bucks. There's old bucks up here that like to do that. But
the thing about all this, guys, again, this is not a fun topic. It's not a sexy topic. It's not a topic that's going to get everybody super excited traveling. But this is a topic that, a lot of us need to take more serious. When you purchase that flight, there's always that option of buying insurance. It only costs like, what, $15, $25 to $35? Get it. You just never know. And also, too, if you decide to take things a step further, you could just go to a Blue Shield or any other insurance policy holder and purchase insurance there through them. And one thing I always make sure that my insurance policy covers is death insurance.
Mm-hmm. And there's two types. I was reading up on. There's actually two types of coverage you can get. Like, if you are a frequent traveler, you can get like an annual travel insurance that you pay annually, or you can pay for each time you go. If you're not a frequent traveler, each country you go to, you can take care of that. So, it's just a small step, a little check mark that you make sure you do. It's not going to hurt you. It's just like car insurance. Something happens, you make sure that you're taken care of. So I want to get to this. Why do you think, when did this change? If you travel for business, the reason I really started thinking about it is I travel sometimes for business, and I know my company, they set it up. They got insurance on us.
Yeah.
Something happens, they're going to make sure that they're at least getting paid. But when did it start that is it a culture thing? Is it that we just are lackadaisy when it comes to our responsibility? It's like we're not being responsible for our health, for our wealth. When did this take place that we just put the burden on someone else? Because the worst thing is to have your family has to have a GoFundMe to get you.
I think, everyone's trying to live this. There's an acronym for it. One life, so life, something like that. Or you have one life to live.
Oh, yeah. You only live once.
Yeah. Live your best life. So they figure, I'm just going to go hard and enjoy myself, not thinking about something's going to happen. Also, too, I think we as Americans, we have this invisible complex that we think that no one can touch us. Not knowing that our own health could actually touch us because we're not taking care of it. And I see Jay Clyde made an interesting comment. Like, people will go to Colombia and do all this craziness, not thinking that, dude, it's a whole different atmosphere. You're literally above sea level. So if you're out of shape, you're going to be breathing hard up there. Depending where you are, Bogota, Bogota's up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of interesting how we're very careless, thinking that we're going to come back home safe, and go out, turn up, and come back home safe, not knowing that you may ate the wrong food that just gave you food poisoning or alcohol poisoning, which is a lot of people don't want to talk about. A lot of brothers do get alcohol poisoning because they mix in like crazy.
I think I had an article that I was going to share, but I know it was 2019. And if you remember, there were how many people? Let me see if I can get this article.
Sure.
That were in Dominican Republic at the resort, and they were dying. And they're like, is it the alcohol? Is it something?
It was alcohol, yeah.
They had the alcohol poisoning. It was like 19 tourists just mysteriously dying. There was people in Mexico and died in rooms, and they thought it was the carbon dioxide. So even if you aren't, living this adventurous life. I'm on a resort. I'm just relaxing. It can still happen. And I don't know. I am an adventure traveler. So how many people have gone out of the country? Like when I went to Brazil, I did some hang gliding. I do scuba dive and I do all of that. How many times you might come off that cliff and it just might keep going. Who's going to take care of you? What's going to happen? So we go out of town, we four-wheel, we, do all this crazy stuff that we wouldn't do. And if something happens, you may have gone with a group of friends. Wasn't it that girl that they killed and just left her in Mexico? Your friends?
Yeah.
How many do you think that your friends are going to stay there after the trip and make sure that you taken care of? They're like, I can't. I mean, it's sad. They're like, I can't cancel my flight. So it's really bad. And I don't know. I mean, this generation, like you said, I think it is, you only live once. I'm going to live high. Even when it comes to things like, I know this is still around the financial part, but we don't invest like for our 401k. We're not investing for the children. We're not investing for anything. It's, I'm going to live paycheck to paycheck and I'm going to live it out. And that is that can be a recipe for disaster if you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah. There was a guy, American brother, during the pandemic when I was in. And again, I don't want anyone to think that we're bashing any country because we're not. All these countries are safe, depending where you are. If you take all the proactive measures, you could go out and enjoy yourself. It doesn't matter what country you go to. But there was a brother from the States. He got on a scooter. He never ridden a scooter in his life. Decided to get on one. He had a couple of drinks. He lost control of the scooter and he hit the curb side, which caused him to fly off the scooter. His head hitting the wall on impact. He died.
Man. And I know it can be something as simple as when I was in Jamaica, I got a scooter. And there was a few times, they drive on the opposite side of the road as us.
Yeah.
And then a few times I'm on the wrong side of the road, driving. And I'm like, this is crazy. At any time, you can get hurt and not even and do it. And let's just say you don't even get killed. When you go to those places, sometimes your body is not equipped for the bacteria, the dungeon, the things that are there. And you can get gravely sick. May not die, but that gravely sick is going to put you under. Like I said, the doctors down there, you going to have to pay. You can't be like the brother that was in what's that, Puerto Plata Airport trying to get on live and say, send me some money. It's going to be a problem for you. So
yeah. And that's the thing, guys. It's just like, again, we're not trying to be Debbie Downers. We're not. We want you to go out there and enjoy yourself, whatever your reasoning of traveling, but just make sure you protect yourself because what we're seeing right now is more frequent than normal. We're just constantly hearing bad news. And maybe because due to social media, news are spreading a lot quicker versus in the past. But, rest in peace to Charles Tyler. He died overseas. A lot of brothers within the travel space have passed away while overseas. And there was a struggle to bring their bodies back home. Or they got sick and they got to pay out of pocket. If they didn't pay, they went to jail. These are some of the things that people are not talking about traveling. They just talk about all the fun things, but they don't tell you that, fuck around and find out type of thing while overseas. And again, overseas, they don't play.
And I think even more than that, I think that maybe we even need to do a show about, and I think if you guys listen to us on Saturday, we're going to do a show, and I think we'll cover this on Saturday. The do's and don'ts about going out of town. There's certain things that we take for granted, and when we talk about it on Saturday, I don't want to go into it. Just let's just say one simple thing: you just walking outside with your cell phone.
Oh,
you hear somebody take your cell phone, you just deactivate it, give it. They would kill you for your cell phone. They rob you, and then you think you somebody there. They don't really have a sense of caring for life. They kill you over that. just because you don't know the culture. And I think a lot of us are traveling to places and not understanding the culture, and that puts us in grave danger. Simple. I think there was one gentleman that traveled. He was in Colombia, photographer, legit photographer, taking pictures of buildings, places.
Oh, that was Peru.
Was it Peru?
Peru.
And they killed him?
They killed him, yeah.
The gangsters killed him because they thought, this is an informant. This is somebody who's trying to come at him. Innocently just taking photos. How many times have you just taken photos? And it gets killed. So
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now, Fearless. This recently, and again, I stay in the know. There's a brother out there and doing these sneak peek videos, those hidden videos. A woman find out what he was doing, and she posted the video of her on YouTube. He came back to the country. She was ready for him. She attacked him with a knife.
Y'all believe it.
Guys want to create content, but yet they don't realize people don't want to be part of your content. So you being slick and you coming back trying to do more content, they found him. They were trying to stab him.
One of my most viral videos, this before they jacked up my other channel. My most viral video was this. Me and the wife were in Sosua, and we were going to casino. And I was trying to make fun of a video that a guy did. The video was, he was at this casino in Sosua, and he was asking a chick for something. He was saying he was guapo, all of this. And I was trying to do a parody of it. But I had my phone out as I'm walking in there. And they were like, no, you can't have no phone in the casino. I'm like, no, that's my wife. I'm taking a photo. It's like, no, you can't have no phone in the casino. They pull out their phone and they show him. They show the viral video of him in the casino talking to these girls. And they said, we looking for him. He thought it was funny. Like, oh, I'm banned here. I'm banned. It's like, bro, you putting these chicks up, because he's wearing like the Ray-Ban glasses, walking on the beach. And he's filming chicks that may be working people, but their family doesn't know they're working people. So you're putting them in jeopardy, their job in jeopardy, their family. Yeah. And those people don't forget you. You think, oh man, that's a lot of people. Have you ever gone out of town? This is weird. Have you ever gone back to a place?
Yeah. But
they recognize you.
Brazil. I took a 5-year hiatus. This guy remembered me. I was like, wow, 5 years. I'm like, you just gotta be careful, guys. You trying to be sneaky.
It gotta be something in Brazil, man. Because I'm thinking the same thing. I came back a year later. I'm at the beach, and the guy was like, "Yeah, I know you. You ate here." And I was like, I couldn't remember him. He told me where I was from. He told me all. He's like, "Oh man, you live in Texas. You did." I said, "Damn, man, how do you remember that?" And so you may not recognize them, and you think I'm in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
They looking out for you. And like you said, you do something crazy like that, you film somebody, and that's somebody's girl, somebody's wife. And I say that if you remember the story with what's his name? What's that baseball player's name? Big Daddy Papa.
Oh, Big Papa.
Yeah, 1 sec.
David Ortiz.
Exactly. So he's making money. Baseball player. He was hitting this chick. He was hitting this chick who was Venezuelan. Her man was a big time drug dealer. He went into the club. They sent like 7 dudes at him. Yeah, Big Poppy. They sent 7 dudes at him to shoot him. He just having sex with a girl that her dude finds out, and it's done. And so it didn't. You think, oh man, that's Big Poppy. Who gonna try to go after him? Yeah, they didn't care who he was. The drug dealer. You mess with my girl, I'm gonna show you who you are. So you go to these places, and you may think you're doing something innocent. I'm filming this girl. I'm doing this, and they're not gonna know who I am. You will be recognized. They will remember you, and they're gonna have some. You F around and find out. Around and find out. You'll find out.
And that's the thing. You have a lot of young guys that's going out there thinking that you can't be touched. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm from Haiti. I seen poverty. I seen like our poverty here is like Beverly Hills to other countries. So before you decide you want to travel, go to another person's country and go to their hood and hang out with them, you better think twice about that, because again, you are a meal ticket for a lot of folks.
Exactly.
And again, you have that new iPhone, the Jordans on, they'll rob you them shoes off your feet. And if you decide to fight back, they will shoot you. And we're going to talk about this on Saturday about Cartagena, about the brother who lost his life due to the fake gold chain. Mm-hmm. It was a fake gold chain. So
imagine this, guys. Just imagine if, like my phone, I'm walking around with it, and this phone, just say my rent is $3,000. Well, if it's $3,000, this is 4 months rent. So just imagine this phone costs $12,000. They're going to take it. And the analogy that I'm saying is, in the country, this phone might sell for $1,200. If their rent is $200 a month, that's 6 months rent.
Yeah.
They'll steal your phone because they'll steal your phone to sell it. That's 6 months rent. So imagine walking around with something. You'll rent $3,000 and you walking around with an $18,000 phone, and you talking about, and I'm not going to give it up. Oh, you going to give that up? Because they're like, I'm good. I'm eating for 6 months.
Yep.
So we become lackadaisical. And I think, we don't understand how, like you said, poor. We don't know what poor is. There's some places that don't have like a welfare system. When you don't eat, there's nothing there. You don't eat. That's nobody giving you anything.
To be honest, it's most places don't have a welfare system.
Yeah.
I think it's only on the West. But once you leave the United States and hit up the Caribbean islands, South America or Central America or Asia, people are struggling, man. And people fail to realize that we're in a recession. Like all this, you can't take me to Cheesecake Factory. I deserve $500 to go on a date. I mean, we're in a recession. There's a lot of people are not working. People are losing their homes, losing their cars. And it just amazed me. If the United States have a cold, what makes you think what Colombia, Brazil is experiencing?
A pneumonia. Walking seriously in the hospital, COVID pneumonia.
So, and again, I'm not laughing at the situation, but understand that, like, when you decide to go to another country and floss so you can look and feel like you're part of a hip hop video, all you're doing is bringing attention to yourself. And the possibility of getting stabbed, shot, drugged. And guess what? Now you have hospital bills, and they're not going to let you get out until you pay that bill in full, payment in full. And worst case scenario, if you get drugged, you'll be able to wake up. If not, man, we got to figure out a way to send you back home. So, guys, just be mindful, man. It's not that expensive to purchase travel insurance. It's worth it, man. The cheapest insurance policies start at $25.
Mm-hmm. Buy that. Use a credit card. Do something just to make sure you have a backup plan. Let somebody know where you're going to be at. Let somebody know how to get to it. So if something does happen, that they're able to get to next of kin to make sure they can take care of you.
Okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm showing my website. This is blackmantravels.com, and not to be confused with another person, but I focus on travel, health, relationship, and business. This is our recent trip from Cuba, which Fearless and I actually went together. I just recently published a blog on travel insurance, facing the death abroad, the dangers of traveling uninsured. Guys, just go to the blog. This is my blog here. I just published it today. It will actually tell you things that you need to be aware of, like unforeseen risks from medical emergency abroad, accident happened, legal troubles. Hey, we didn't even talk about the legal troubles. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you're thinking about purchasing property, land, or any type of business in another country, there's things you need to know. And guess, go ahead.
Yeah, you don't know the rules. I'll give you one quick example. I want you to stay on that subject for a moment.
Okay.
Gentleman was, I think, Sasua or something, moved his girlfriend in the house. They chilling. You know, then he gets tired of it, like, you know, because he was like, oh, stay here. I come back home. I do this. 8 months later, they feel, you know, oh, it's time. I don't like you no more. It's time to go. She's like, I ain't going nowhere. In the DR, if a woman is staying with you for 6 months, y'all are common law husband and wife. She's entitled to half of it. So she moved her mom in, her mom's kids, they chilling. And because that's how the law goes. Something that even hits closer to home, I told you the story about my wife, her husband, Lord, her father got killed. So she said when her father got killed, so just imagine this. Her father had an apartment. Maybe a month ago, someone was living there, kicked her out. So my wife says her father died at night. In the morning, at the funeral, she said she was at the funeral, at the service, and she said something told her to leave. She left the service and went to his apartment. She was going through some things in the apartment, and she hears something at the door. Somebody trying to get in. She's like, what is that? You know, somebody's trying to get in. When she opens the door, it's the person he kicked out with a whole truckload of their furniture. Wow. Because what would have happened was if they would have gotten in the apartment with their stuff, they would have said, we live here. And you couldn't kick them out. They would have took over her dad's place just by saying they stayed there and they've always lived there. Those are the rules that go. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that something like that happens. But so when you say the legal trouble, make sure if you go there, you know, you might think, oh, I'm going to have somebody stay here, take care of my place. It's my girl, I'm putting her up. And all of a sudden, you can't get rid of her. You just lost this property because you can't get rid of her. Because the one girl said, well, you need to give me half. So whatever he paid, she wanted half of that money.
It's kind of ironic because, you know, you have a lot of YouTubers out there that's talking about, you know, you could go find submissive women and, you know, you can find love overseas. They don't talk about the pitfalls that a lot of brothers go through. You know, like you said, they meet someone, they think that, you know, they love them after 2 days of meeting with them, and they'll bring that person in. That person, after 6 months, that's their property now. So you can't just kick someone out and think that they're gonna be gone. And plus, they know the laws of their country.
Exactly.
So you trying to call the police? The police gonna look at you like, hey, you're gonna have to pay me because I'm not doing anything.
And guys should know that. I'm gonna give 2 examples. Guys, you should know that. If you happen to buy some mangoes down in the country and y'all get in a big argument and she called the police, what you think they're gonna do? They're gonna let you go? And they're like, you gotta pay her.
Yep.
You gotta pay. That's how it is. Another mistake I know a lot of guys make is this. When I used to date out of the country, I would still have somebody come to my place. You know, I would have a security and everything to get in. I know sometimes at night they would say, well, I'm staying here, you know, can you take me home? I'm like, oh, I can take you to the nearest intersection that's in the road. Like if I'm in DR, I can take you to Abraham Lincoln to JFK. I can drop you off at that corner. I'm not going into the barrio.
No.
You know, and that's where I know a lot of guys that got set up. They take them home. They go into this line, turn left. It's dark, no street light.
Yeah.
They all sitting in there. They blocked in and they get robbed. You know, she's already set it up before you get there. So make sure, you know, no matter how good you think you know somebody, you get up in them streets, you don't know nothing. Yep. It's a whole different ball game.
Now, Phyllis, I want to share this blog that I put together, guys, and I was able to pull some real hard stats. I'm all about data. I want to let you guys know how severe this stuff is while overseas. Again, we're not Debbie Downers. We want you to travel. We want you to go out there and live your best life. However, be smart in how you maneuver. Look at this. Based on the U.S. National Library of Medicine, every year, over 11 million tourists seek medical attention while traveling abroad. Over 11 million tourists every year seek medical attention. What makes you think that you're any different? Accidents.
And I think, and just so you're on that subject, I think before Alex brought it up, you are more apt to do wild things while you're on vacation than while you do at home. So you take more risk while you're out of the country. That's why you're getting them accidents.
Yeah. And speaking of accidents, over between 20 to 50 million people worldwide suffer non-fatal injuries due to road traffic accidents. This is based out of the World Health Organization. Guys, these are real numbers. I'm not pulling numbers out of the air. These are real stats that I'm pulling. Legal troubles. An estimated over 25,000 arrests of U.S. citizens occurred abroad each year. This is by the U.S. Department of State. So you getting drunk, living your best life, you bump into a local or you bump into another tourist, you start getting in a fight, you both go to jail. Hey, guess what? They're going to try to milk you as much as they can.
Exactly.
So, guys, again, we want you to really put some thought into your travels, but also don't be cheap and not accept the travel insurance. Go ahead and pay for it. It's $25. Or if you want to purchase additional insurance, you can visit one of many national branded travel agencies where you could purchase insurance, and they could cover your medical coverage, your trip cancellations, your emergency assistant, your protection for personal belongings, and legal assistance. These are just a few of the things that it covers. Fearless?
Brother, I'm laughing because I'm imagining you. Now, I just tell the audience your size and weight if you can.
I'm a big guy, man. You can't tell because I'm sitting down majority of the time, but when I stand next to somebody, I don't realize how big I am until I stand next to you. And when I saw you, I thought you were big, but I'm like, damn, I'm bigger than Fearless. And imagine me trying to get a hospital bed in Europe or in South America. It's crazy.
Talk about what you said. You were talking about trip cancellation and interruption, lost bags. So I know you have a story, and the reason I'm laughing is I'm trying to picture a big
Thailand
guy in a medium. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, this happened in Thailand, man. And shout out to Trini. He was there to save me. He took me to the mall and actually purchased some clothes, but all the clothes that I brought were mediums. Like even my shorts, so you can see everything. And you walking around trying to enjoy yourself, but I constantly had to stretch the clothes out of It felt extremely uncomfortable.
Your size. What happened? They had lost your luggage. You didn't have your luggage.
Yeah. I got to Thailand. They lost my luggage somewhere in Japan. So I gone literally for 4 days with no clothes. So lucky for me, I met up with Trini. He took me to the mall, brought some clothes, but still the clothes were too small because of my size. Mm-hmm. And so I had to literally travel around wearing tighty whities. And of course, that draws certain attention by certain people, which is like, but you know what? I made the best out of the situation and we were still able to go out and have a great time. I met with the locals, but again, guys, lucky for me, I had insurance. I was able to get some money back.
Yeah. I'm going to read this from Garthy for you. It says, I got COVID the last time I was in Jamaica. I was laid up for almost 10 days. I was lucky it's home and I had my mom to take care of me. So just to let you know, there were places that I would not travel when COVID happened. One of them was Jamaica. One was Hawaii. The reason is if you had traveled to Jamaica during COVID and you got there, they give you a test. And if you tested positive or something, they made you stay there and pay like a hotel. And I heard they were like running a scam. They're like, oh yeah, you got COVID, you can't leave. And you're like, no, I just tested. I don't. Nah, we got you here. And so, if you didn't have anybody to take care of you, you're stuck there. No money. Do you have the insurance to say, let me get this other test? Let me do that. It was legal fees. In Hawaii, they were fining people. You go there and this is the United States. You had to quarantine for 10 days in Hawaii in your hotel before you went out. So those legal things, you go somewhere, them legal things that hurt you.
And shout out to Fearless and his lovely wife. I have a picture of them.
That's a handsome brother right there. I like it.
Yeah, this is us in Cuba, guys. So it was a great time, man. And again, guys, you just never know. You just never know, and you just got to prepare for the worst.
Yes, sir.
This is not a fun or sexy topic, but it's a topic you need to know. And I don't want to continue this long enough because I know we have a big show on Saturday. That's going to be quite interesting. You want to get
this was the serious part. If you want the, I think it won't be us. I think we're going to talk about some serious topics of things. But we have a special guest that we're going to bring on, Goldie Mac. He's in Cartagena. He lives there, and I think he's going to be rather entertaining. This might not be a monetized.
No, it's not going to be monetized.
Yeah, it's not going to be monetized. It's not going to be a place you're going to want to bring your kids to. There's going to be a bedtime thing. So, it'll be fun and entertaining. And I think that'll be more along the lines of the do's and don'ts and what you should and shouldn't do. I agree. And he has a bird's eye view of being in Cartagena and seeing what is going on and what's happening, giving you the step-by-step, the do's, the don'ts. I live here. This is what they doing. Why you paying for this? All of that. So I think that's going to be real good, entertaining. So that'll be Saturday. Make sure you check with us.
Yeah, definitely check in on Saturday. Again, today was more being serious. Saturday, I'm definitely bringing out, the whiskey bottle out, have a great time, great conversation. But we're super excited, guys. We're super excited to share this information with you guys. And we hope that you take it and apply it. Just don't listen. Just really apply what we're telling you, because again, we got nothing to gain from telling you. But we want to make sure that you don't become a victim overseas or put yourself in a situation where you're stuck. So I hope this information serves you guys well. I hope the travel community, the Black travel community, start talking about more serious topics because a lot of us are getting hurt. A lot of us are in tight situations while overseas, and we're not really telling the truth what's really going down. Exactly. So any closing statement for you before we close it out? Because I know it's a work day.
What is the term? We want to give you that medicine and Kool-Aid. So something easy, but we're gonna give you something serious, but something fun so you can swallow it. So this was a little something serious, some funny things, but we want to just make sure that you're safe. We travel, we are there, and we want to make sure that we want to open it up. We want to open up the world for a lot of brothers to go to, but we want them to have that path. We want you to go on the shoulders that we've already built from.
Yeah. Great. And we both have broad shoulders. So, but anyways, thank you guys for taking the time to listen to us. We're very grateful. We understand you didn't have to listen to us, but you did, and we're truly grateful for that. And we hope that you guys come and join us on Saturday. It's going to be a fun topic, but also another serious topic, but somewhat comical at the same time. So it's gonna be quite interesting. So with that being said, thank you so much, guys. You guys have a great night. Finish your week off on a positive note. And again, go out there and travel. But when you purchase that plane ticket, get that insurance with that plane ticket, man. With that being said, guys, be blessed. And live your best life, man. Guys, be easy. Later.